This Vinny Vid production brought to you by Yankee Dabbler. For all your model railroad needs, check out Yankee Dabbler. Don't forget, 7% discount with BNSF 6951. And by Highways and Byways, awesome street graphics for your roads and streets on your model railroad layout. If you guys are looking for sophisticated model railroad electronics, Logic Rail Technologies has what you need. For a 5% discount on certain items, use code BNSF6951. Alright guys, now it's time for the next step on your layout. Trees! I have been dealing with Bob for 7 years now, and he does excellent work on his trees. So if you need some trees on your layout, check out Long Shadow's Trees. Tell him the Cuzzz sent you. Hey guys and gals, welcome to Friday Night with the Cuzzz. How's everybody doing tonight? I think I should say hello to a few people and see how they're all doing. Hello, Mr. Ron Brights, all the way from Australia. How's it going, my friend? Glad you could make it in tonight. And who else would we have in? John, Schuylkill River Valley John. Hey, John, I got a question for you, bud. Does the Schuylkill River run near or in Philadelphia? Let's see who I got. Dwight Curley, Ron Moen. Let's see. Dave BNSF and Scale. Glad you guys can make it in tonight. Wig Wag. That is Mr. Steve Pezzi. How you doing, Steve? Glad you can make it in. Ralph Greenwood. Connie, how's it going, young lady? Glad you can make it in tonight. Low Country, how's it going, Dave? Glad you can make it in tonight. I do have a special guest tonight. He's sitting down in the basement right now. He's waiting for me to call him up, but we're going to do my regular spiel first, and then we'll get into him, see who it is, and then we'll ask him a bunch of questions and see how it goes. I'm also waiting for my co-host. Now, time's changed, so he may be quite late into the show tonight. Happy Valley Hobbies. How's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in tonight. Sparky 107. How's it going, bud? Glad you can make it in tonight. Anybody home? Yeah, I'm home. Good day, model railroaders. Joe Rada, how's it going, buddy? Let's see. Who else we got? Got 36 people in here. That's cool. I like that. I am using my new internet provider, and we'll see how that works out. I did do a couple of tests the other morning, and it seemed to work just fine. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, you're always waiting for me. Of course you got to wait for me, buddy. Ethan Armitage, how's it going, my friend? Thank you for the great comment. I appreciate that. Scott Johnson, glad you can make it in tonight. John Tanzillo, glad you can make it in. Marty M. Don't forget tomorrow, Marty. We're going to have a wall wrecking party tomorrow. I don't know if I should record it or not. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just set a camera up and let it go. Norman Rowe, glad you can make it in tonight. Chris Mitchell, glad you can make it in. Kevin Brown, glad you can make it in, my friend. I know I saw Digger in here earlier. I'll make sure he's here. Charles Greason, glad you can make it in, bud. Hey, Sparky, how come you didn't do a live stream Wednesday? You let me down, brother. Chasco, glad you can make it in tonight. Dan's Grand Valley Railroad, glad you can make it in tonight. Steve 87, same for you, bud. Glad you can make it in tonight. Let's see, did John answer me? I'm curious because I'm watching this show, and it's in Philadelphia, and they mentioned the Schuylkill quite a few times. And I'm just wondering how close to Philadelphia it might be. Digger Evans, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in. I do not have my Strasbourg t-shirt yet. Right now I'm going through trying to get money to get the house finished. Boxcar Jerry, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in tonight. Who else we got in here? Am I getting close to the bottom? I think I am. I think I am. Let's see here. I think I got everybody. Burr Stewart, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in tonight. I just like to say hello to everybody before I get the show going. And then if anybody pops in afterwards, I could always say hello, but I like to get the bulk of it out of the way. But in the meanwhile, you guys got to check these weekly shows out. Give them a little love and support and check them out. Lehigh River Subdivision. Ian, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in tonight. Lackawanna Rail fan. Glad you can make it in. Who else we got? Martin Seasmore, how's it going, my friend? Sparky, I don't know. I think we got it. Yeah. Georgia Sunbelt. Anthony, how's it going, my friend? Caboose 121. How's it going, Cameron? Glad you can make it in. Well, that's cool. As long as you're here, I don't care. You know, if you can't chat, there's got to be a reason why you can't chat. Maybe you're driving or whatever. If you're driving, definitely don't chat. Is it going to get to the bottom yet? Boxcar Jerry, we got you. Kyle Stevens, how's it going, my friend? At least you have the capability of doing that. I can't get my JMRI up and running, so I program some of my locomotives just to get the speed settings done. And I don't know what's going on with that. So one of these days I'll try and figure that out. I think I got everybody. New Haven Rails, Ron. Glad you can make it in tonight, buddy. What is it? Live wall wrecking, just like yeah, something like that. You know that, Sparky, you know the wall that's between my living room and dining room? That's the wall that's coming down tomorrow. I went across the street to my neighbor's house and I saw what she did to hers, and it makes the house look a whole bunch different. And I'm going to like it. There's going to be more open space, and I'll be able to move my couch a little bit further back, get it a little bit further away from the door, and so on and so forth. Are you a train man too? How's it going, Dave? Glad you can make it in. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I do have a special guest. We'll be putting him in the hot seat. And is this going to end? Dave's Trains, how's it going? I think I got everybody. Let me get this down to the bottom. All right. That would be a hat. No, I wish you were here so you could do the electrical work for me. Maybe I should fly you here and do the electrical work for me. Anyhow, guys, let's get on to last week's super chats. And I do appreciate all the super chats and the support you guys are giving to my channel, especially the members that I'll bring up here in a few minutes. But I want to thank Mr. Rail Artist Mike, Mr. Kevin Brown, and Mr. Manny Fernandez. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the contributions and the support. My new internet service I'm using is, I don't know if you guys have been watching TV. You know, Verizon started it, and now T-Mobile followed suit. Hello, Anthony Dodge. Glad you can make it in tonight. They're doing the 5G internet service, so I decided to try it. And so far, I did a couple of test live streams, and it seems to be working okay. I'm going to give it one more. I have 15 days to try it and see if it works and if I like it and so on and so forth. So anyhow, any feedback that you guys can give me would be appreciated. All right. So let's see. We did that. Let's see. My premiere video tomorrow, the title is going to be 33 cars plus a helix equals what? You guys might want to watch that. It's not a very long video. I think it's 21 minutes, but it's a fun video to watch because you're going to see something running on my layout that I have not run on my layout in quite a long time. So you guys might want to check that out. All right. Well, I guess it's time for me to introduce to you guys who my guest is going to be. And let me bring him up here as soon as this stuff over here stops. And as soon as Carolina Foothills, how's it going, buddy? I still didn't get an answer from John, I don't think. If I did, I missed it. 5027. Thank you, John. I appreciate that, bud. Did you hear my question earlier, John? I don't know if you responded to me. I was too busy checking out everybody who's here. A Conrail loco? All right, guys, let's check this out. Let me thank all of these guys here. All right, these are my members. Jim Veronico, he's in Dispatch 1. Ron Moen, Roy Eltham, Brian Page, Shays Enscale, Dustin's Enscale, Joe Rader, Chris Mitchell, Robert Young, Eminem Shortlines, Dave BNSF Enscale, Grandpa Rails, Mark Arnold, Carolina Foothills. Guys, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give me. It helps. It helps me do all of what I'm doing here. So thank you, sir. Let's see. I did answer yes. The Schuylkill does run through Philly until it meets the Delaware. Oh, cool. The reason why I'm asking, and you might have watched this, but since I've been doing the streaming thing on TV, I've been watching a show called Body of Proof. It's about a medical examiner, and they're in Philadelphia, and they had mentioned the Schuylkill several times. And I'm saying to myself, that's interesting. I got to ask John about that. I appreciate that. Rail artist, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate that, my friend. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up my guest tonight, and let's put him in the hot seat, and let's see how he reacts. So everybody, I want you all to meet Mr. Sean McGee. Sean, how's it going, bud? I think he's sleeping. Good one, Sean. Can you speak so I can hear you?
There, how's that?
That's better.
All right. Mike went to sleep.
Sean, so welcome to my show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
And welcome into the Cousin Vinny's hot seat.
This is a great place to be, the hot seat right now. I should throw an extra log on it because it's getting kind of cool in the basement.
Hello, David F&B Railroad. How's it going, buddy? Glad you can make it in. Everybody say hello to Sean.
Hey, Norman, Anthony, John.
All right. So I guess we should get the show on the road, eh?
Sure.
I'm not Canadian, but I did say that long before I met you guys. With the A at the end, I said that all the time when I was a teenager. Sparky said, "Oh, you're being a Canadian now, huh?"
Yeah.
All right.
That's Vinny, Sparky.
Oh, Mr. Gary Weiss, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, Ralph Greenwood, how are you doing? Kevin Brown, nice to see you.
All right. When did you get interested in model trains?
Oh, well, I was like everybody else, I guess. I was a kid. My sister and I did a lot of train travel because my parents were divorced. My dad lives in Montreal, and my mom was living in Burlington and Niagara Falls. So we traveled back and forth quite a bit on the train. And shortly after, like being on the train, my dad had given me I think it was a Bachmann or a model power train set. And I thought that was the best thing in the world. And
So,
go ahead.
How old were you?
I was probably 6, 7.
Can you elaborate on the first train set that you got? What was it? What kind of train was it?
It was. I'm pretty sure, if I can remember correctly. Now that's going back a lot of years. It was a Model Power, and it had the CNF 7 or F3, and with the zebra stripe, the
Oh,
bloody
cool.
nose on it. Couple box cars, caboose. I think it even had a little Texaco tank car. Figure 8.
All right, I'm going to bring my co-host up, and he might have some questions for you too. How you doing,
Hey,
John?
Sean.
Hey, John, how are you doing?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Benny.
I don't like this setup. Oh, that's all right. There you go. All right, so you were a youngin' when you got your first train set.
Yeah, yeah.
What is your favorite loco?
My favorite loco, I've got a bunch of Dash 8s. They're Bachmann Spectrum, N
Uh-huh.
scale. I guess I
And
never
so-
mentioned my first set was HO. And
Oh,
then,
okay. Well, yeah, that's usually everybody starts with HO.
yeah, and honestly, I can't remember when the transition was from HO to N scale, but I haven't gone back since. The eyes are still reasonably good.
Yeah, mine. I tell you, it's not my eyes that are going bad. Really, it's the dexterity in my fingers. I'm trying to do this one part on. Let me show you here real quick. I'm trying to do this one part. This little roof right here.
Yep.
What a pain in the butt that is. Jeez Louise. It's so small, and I have to get it. The angles have to be right and everything like that. So I have to get it all to match up. The length and all that has to be matched up. And then it's so small for me to put it in there. It's like,
Yeah.
but anyhow, hello, James Young. How's
Just
it
to
going, my
follow up
buddy?
on that question, Vinny, I guess my all-time favorite locomotive, um, it was the United Aircraft turbo train. So it was
Oh,
kind of a one unit thing. But yeah, that would be my all-time favorite.
and who is that made by? Is that a Bachman also?
Rapido Trains
Rapido.
they had introduced an N scale one 2 years ago. Oh, I guess it's 3 years ago now. But you can't find them anymore.
Ah,
I think I found there was an Amtrak one, but it wasn't a complete set, and they want crazy money for it on eBay now.
Yeah,
Dave's bringing
eBay's
up a
gotten
point.
stupid here lately.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave just brought up a point. He said Atlas makes some really nice Dash 8s, and I'm thinking about getting one of those in the Kansas City Southern, because that
Oh
was
yeah,
one of
yeah,
my second favorite paint scheme. Hello, John.
yeah. I have 4 Bachmann Spectrums, and 3 out of the 4 have all got cracked gears in them.
Oh, okay.
So trying to find replacement gears for them is next to impossible.
That's kind of like finding the drive gears for the Shays, the
Oh
Bach,
yeah,
because they when they manufactured them, they were plastic, and then they crack over time. But
yep.
there was a company that made them in metal. Unfortunately, when I found out about them, they were already out of business. But they're made
Oh, okay.
out of metal, And I've got 2 Shays, I've got a Heisler and a Climax. So the Climax and the Shays share the same gears.
Oh, okay.
And my
Yeah.
Heisler is I think it's a Rivarossi.
Nice. Yeah.
That's the first Rivarossi I've got. So
I can get some drive gears from Rapido. I don't know how close they would be. I'd like to get one just to see if they match up, and then I might be all
yeah,
right. But otherwise, if the crazy glue doesn't take the tick away and holds them in, I might be hooped.
yeah.
But I saw Sparky. He had a comment there about Rapido's just is re-releasing the HO scale turbo.
Uh-huh.
It's all been upgraded. But once again, like it's going almost $800-900 for it.
That's crazy. Hello, Tim CP368. Hello, Mark Saunders. How's it going? I did see
Hey,
someone
Jack,
else. James Young. Who else we got? Jack, how's it going, my friend? Glad you can make it in tonight. So, do you prefer steam or diesel?
Oh, diesel. I had a bunch of N scale steam stuff, Canadian National, and it just didn't like it. Like I wanted to be more up to date,
Yeah.
70s and newer.
I said this. I said that I had only one steam locomotive on my layout, and I will never have another one on my layout because of what happened with that first one.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I'm backing it up, and I was going to do even though it's not prototypical on my layout, I was just going to do it for fun. I was going to run a steam locomotive with just a short freight around the layout. So I pull the locomotive out of the engine shop and I back it into the yard, pull the first set of cars out, pull it forward. And when I go to back up the second time to pick up the second load of cars, it wouldn't go. So I think maybe it's dirty track or something like that. So I'm pushing it like this, get it going and stuff. It goes a little bit and it stops again. It goes a little bit. So I'm looking at, when it's on the layout, I'm looking at the conductor side of the train. I can't see the engineer side.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let me see what's wrong with this thing. So I pick it up and I turn it around. All the freaking drive rods on the engineer side, they fell off.
No way.
The main screw that holds the main drive rod, the main screw broke inside the mechanism. So I sent it back. I think it was a Bachmann. I sent it back to Bachmann. They couldn't fix it. They didn't have the parts to fix it.
Oh, really?
So that was my end of steam for my layout.
Do you still have the steam locomotive, Vinny?
No, I have. I'll correct myself. I do have a steam locomotive on my layout, but it's display only.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in the Wickenburg area because the Wickenburg, in real life, they do have a steam locomotive sitting there in the siding. So
yeah.
And that was donated to me by one of my subscribers, Bill Vassar, a few years ago. And he just sent it to me one day. He said, "Here you go, put this in the display." So when I got it, I wanted to see it. I put it on the track and cranked it up. It ran.
Oh yeah.
And he said to me, "If I had known it run, I wouldn't have sent it to you."
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, I'm working on some cars. I can run the shades without no log cars on them if you want. It don't look too good to me that way. So you just have to be patient, my friend.
James Young says I need to run a Cato steam locomotive. Well, I'm open for gifts,
Well, there's a story about when Rapido released the turbo train and N scale. The wife and I were getting married that year, and we were getting a little over budget on the wedding, and I had pre-ordered the turbo with the extra cars, and I thought, got to start this wedding off right. And I said to the wife, I said, we're getting behind, the budget's getting a little high. I'm going to call Rapido and I'm going to cancel my order for the turbo train. So I saw the video where they released the HO one. So I got in touch with them and I said, are you guys planning on releasing the N scale one again soon? Oh no, not for a long time. So my chance to have it, and out of the kindness of my heart, and starting a wedding off right.
Really. It would have been bad if you went to the hotel and you were sleeping in one place and she was sleeping in the other place.
Yeah.
I was going to say that the train would be right in between.
Yeah.
So, Sean, how long have you been modeling?
How long have I been modeling? It's been off and on. I got away from it going into high school years. Girls, partying.
Girls, cars,
sort of
parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the other vices.
I think we all went through that.
Yeah. And then I was away for it for years. And then I guess it'd be my mid-20s, early 30s. There was a train show in Kitchener. I'm going to go to the train show. And I kind of got hooked again and been collecting stuff as I went on because my daughter was just born. And then I had a son on the way and that. So, and a small house. So things just kind of kept getting boxed up. And then within the last 10 years is when I started getting back into it again.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
did see a comment here. Let me see where that comment went to. Well, first of all, let me say hello to Artie, Aussie America. And Sparky says, yeah, let's put it up here. Sparky says he brings his N scale over to my place.
Yeah, we put it on flat cars.
That's too funny.
Well, I have an Athearn Blue Box Jeep 7 that I want to put a decoder and everything in it, and so I can take it over to Sparky's when I go over there.
Yeah.
But I'd be quite willing to purchase the turbo and bring it over if I get a little support from.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would do. I don't know how it would do through his helix though.
He runs a Cato steam locomotive 4449, and he says it runs great. And I wouldn't put past Cato. Cato, I mean, my top pick for locomotives is Cato. I mean, I have Intermountain, I have BLI. Who else do I have? I have Bachmann, but my favorite locomotives are Catos, and probably 85% of my motive power is Cato locomotives.
Yeah. I've got I have probably a couple newer Bachmanns, but then mostly Cato and Atlas.
Yeah,
And, Atlas, yeah, that's my second. I forgot to mention that, but it goes in the order of Cato and then Atlas, and then the others follow that. But Cato and Atlas are my top few, and Atlas has come a long way since they were producing way back in the day. They were in cahoots with Cato for a while. Way back in the day, Cato was doing the drive motors, and they were doing the bodies, the shells. But I am glad to see that they are running. They're doing very well as far as catching up with the competition and stuff. I mean, their slow speed is good, their sound is good. I mean, all the stuff is catching up to everybody. So don't put Atlas on the back burner. If you guys want to buy a locomotive in N scale, Cato or Atlas, that's the way I would go.
Yeah.
And both of them are really easy to drop the coders in also. So there's no big deal about that.
Yeah, I went out on a limb one day and I bought a Broadway Limited F7A and 7B unit, and I'm not overly happy with it. I've had problems with it, and I mean, Sparky could tell you I've been over at his place with his BLI programmer and bring it back to mine and try to run it on the JMRI and using the Y throttle or engine driver, sorry, and it just nothing but problems with it.
I have a BLI that was gifted to me, and from the day I got it, I put it on the track. It never ran, never had any sound. One of the ditch lights is hanging out of the plow, is just hanging there, and I just never got a chance to send it back to the company to get it all fixed up. I feel bad because it was a gift to me, and it was from Roy Hardwick, who gave me the gift, and I feel bad because I can't run it, and it's a Katie. It's one of UP's heritage units.
Oh, okay.
And I can't run it, and I don't know if I can send it back now, if it's too late for me to send it back or whatever, but I need to take care of that one way or another.
Yeah, I think
what are you eating for barbecue?
Say what, John?
I'm asking Jack what he's having for barbecue.
Oh,
he's on break at work.
John Tanzolo is just asking, where is it now? I just saw it. It's the Paragon 3.
Paragon 3. That's the one I have. It's the Paragon 3 also.
Yeah, actually, I have. Paragon 3 with the Rolling Thunder.
Yep, that's the one I have too.
Ooh, brisket. Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Sounds good, right?
Oh man, I'm telling you what. There's a place down the road from me that my daughter turned me on to. It's called Smokin' Jay's. The brisket, they brought me a brisket. No, it wasn't a brisket, it was tri-tip. It fell apart. I mean, it just never had a tri-tip like that.
Yeah.
I know I'm in the hot seat, but I've got a question for you two guys. Maybe you can answer this. Why is it every live stream always ends up talking about food?
I don't know, but let's get off the subject of food. Let's get back on the subject.
I haven't had dinner yet. I haven't had lunch. I'm starving.
Well, Well, yeah, it's supper dinner time when I get home. So yeah, it
Yeah,
kinda tends to
you
go
know,
that
and
way.
that's the thing, because for me right now, it's almost dinner time, you know.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
what, you know, my stomach's saying, hey, you know, you need to have some food, bud.
All right, back on the subject. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
let's
see.
get back on the subject. All right, Sean, do you like operations or continuous run?
Well, my layout when I get a little bit more of it done is going to be both continuation, and then my branch lines are all going to be op session, so I can do both.
All right.
Um, but I think the operating sessions I like better. It
Are you
gives
gonna
you,
have
you know,
are you gonna are you gonna be able to have more than one person besides yourself doing the op sessions?
yeah, I think once I get all my industries in and the helix done and the second down to the second level and that, then yeah, I'm gonna slowly get the wife into running engine driver and that.
You can get that Sparky guy over. He loves running N scale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially if you have a Digitrax throttle.
oh yeah, that's the real kicker right there. John, are you running a double track main?
What's that?
Are you running a double track main on yours?
No, just a single track main.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, for now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave some room for expansion.
Right.
read Norman Rowe's comment here. I should do the Friday night show as a cooking show.
With trains, of course. LOL. Let's see. Well, Scott Johnson always comes in here and says, "Oh, I'm having this or that." Well, he's having chicken fajitas and
Yeah, right.
tacos and Canadian bacon.
Hey, now there's an idea. Maple syrup season is kind of in full swing up here now, so it's maybe some bacon and eggs and some fresh maple syrup.
There you
Oh,
go. All right. Let's see. Back to the questions. What is your favorite rolling stock?
Oh boy, I'd have to say box cars. You know, I think overall box cars, but yeah, I've got a few tank cars, got a few more hoppers now, but mostly box cars.
Yeah, I was going through all my stuff because I had a request for me to do the Arizona California exchange, and I said, okay, I'll do that, but let me start setting it up. So I don't have enough cars, enough manifest cars to do 2 complete trains.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I got more than enough hoppers, more than enough tankers, you know, because that's basically my layout is that's all it is. It's industries that have hoppers and tankers, you know.
Mhm.
But so I'm thinking to myself, well, now I got to go out and buy some rolling stock because I don't know what happened to it all,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I've got a set of 6 Conrail coal hoppers, still boxed up because I don't have that wasn't one of the industries that I was planning on my layout.
Me too.
And you know they've never seen the rails or anything. So you know if anybody is interested in them, you know send me an email and let me know, and maybe we could do a trade or.
The only time I ran a coal train on my layout is when Dave BNSF brought his over.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't have any facility for coal on my layout either, you know. So coal train is out, you know.
I wonder if I put them in the garden in the backyard and watered them and fertilized them if they grow up into HO. Spark.
Oh no, they might go all the way to G scale. You better be careful. Now Sparky's going here. He goes taco train. The gondola holds a soft taco shell and meat, running around the track on the table that passes toppings and stops at the person that wants it.
All right, here we go. Why did you choose the scale that you model?
Well, basically space constraints. When I first, you know, once I started getting back into the hobby and then collecting N scale, I was in a small apartment at the time, and from there you moved to a little bit bigger townhouse, but still not enough room to do the mega empire that I would like to have done in HO.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Even in N scale, I have 2 rooms and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
So I need to keep going up. And I ain't going no further than what I have now. Trust me, that's
Yeah.
it. I am done. I need to finish what I know, at least work on what I have now, and get it to looking a little bit better than what it actually does, and just go from there, because I can't go anymore. The only thing I
Yeah.
can do
Yeah.
is go across. See, my train room is across the hall from this room that I'm in now. And Roy used to say, just go across the hallway into this room and do the whole thing in this room. No, I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that. Oh boy. Do you model a specific area, and if so, why did you choose that area?
No, I don't model a specific area. It's pretty much all freelance. I'm going to try eventually when I get into a little bit more scratch building and maybe kit bashing, do some prototypical stuff around my area. Um, there's one of the companies I would like to do is PDI, and they're a bulk carrier, mostly hoppers, some plastic pellets, grain products, and that. But yeah, right now it's freelance.
I'm looking at some of the chats going on here. What is the overall size of your layout?
Right now it's in an L, so it's 9 feet long into the corner, and then another 7. Well, I guess it would be 9 feet with the helix part going to be added onto it. So then 2 levels. But
So what about your helix? Is it how big is the helix?
I probably made it bigger than what it should be, but it's 5. It's an oval, so it's 5 feet long.
Oh,
But I
okay.
think I'm only going to do it probably maybe the helix itself will be 4, and then I'll have a foot or so on the end that I can maybe put a little bit of industry at the bottom part of the helix before it goes on to the main
Right.
level. But it'll grow in time. Allison, my wife, she keeps saying, well, you can start putting stuff along the wall and maybe down into the other room for longer runs, for continuous run. And I'm thinking, be careful what you're allowing.
Mr. James Young has a question for you. He says, what are some of the things on your bucket list that you would like to own?
That I would like to own. Wow. Geez, I don't know. I do a lot of work with do the JMRI with the engine throttle. So maybe getting in. I like the looks of those proto throttles. So maybe
Yeah.
eventually down the road, get into one of the proto throttles. But anything specific? Yeah, there's nothing real specific that I would like.
I know you do videos, but how often do you do videos?
Well, not very often. I do them when I can. Like I started doing a unboxing mail call video the other night, so hopefully I can get the time tomorrow and on Sunday to edit it. But yeah, they're sparse, especially this time of year. Everybody else is deep into their hobby in the wintertime, and you know what it's been like the last month or so trying to get me on here.
Yeah.
We set a date, and then we've had a snowstorm, and I'm out.
Yeah, you're talking about snow, and I'm saying, how is it snow? I got 80 degrees here. How has it got snow up there?
Yeah. So even tonight we've had 2 days of like 65-degree weather. It's Friday. It's nice and sunny. I'm like, beautiful. I'm gonna go home, get some things done, get ready for tonight. I sit down on the couch. Phone goes off. Got to go back into work because somebody's run over a stop sign.
Oh boy.
So you never know.
All right. So,
but I would like to start doing more videos. I enjoy doing. I enjoy being involved in live chats. And
being that what you just said about doing videos, do you have a chance to do any posts on other media like Facebook or Instagram or anything like that? Do you do any of that stuff?
No, I don't. Like everybody else, I'm sure that we all have Facebook accounts, but I stay off of Facebook as much as I can. Too much family drama at times. So
Yeah.
How you doing, Alan, RDAN scale? Glad you can make it in tonight, buddy.
Hey, Lance, how are you?
Oh, Lance, I didn't see Lance. Hi, Lance. How's it going, buddy? All right, let's move on here. What do you like about the hobby?
well, what's not to like about the hobby? I mean,
Oh, no, don't give me that answer. I don't want to hear that answer.
there's so many different aspects of it. I find it very relaxing. At times, I find it very relaxing. There's times I find it very frustrating. Um, I'm very artistic, and to a fault, I'm very anal. That's why sometimes I find it hard to get into the mood to do it, because I everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Well, and I noticed that when I was doing the scratch building class, how precise you were when you were doing the build. So yeah, I can appreciate how you feel about that.
Yeah, and it's not just with the modeling. Like if I do any renovations in the house, like a funny story, when my daughter was younger, I was doing some trim work, and I couldn't get this corner matched up. It always looked terrible, and finally, I'd had enough, and I threw the piece of trim across the room, and I said, for sakes. So about a week or so down the road, my daughter's in her room playing with her dolls, and I hear this crash, and I hear her, oh, for sakes. She picked up everything, and I think she's picked up my lack of patience in certain things.
You definitely don't want her around me, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, Hurricane Vinny.
Yeah.
John can testify that when I have problems, my rolling stock happens to grow wings.
Oh,
and they fly across the room.
That can get expensive after a while.
Yes, it could.
Yes.
I had to hold myself back quite a few times from taking a locomotive and throwing it.
Yeah.
I think, wait a minute, now this is $100-something. No, I'm not going to throw this.
Yeah. But I'm going to start getting into some weathering, I think, soon, and trying my hand at that. But there's the only thing I don't like is the time availability that I don't have to do it. Summertime, and I think I have a whole bunch of HO stuff that was gifted to me. And the summertime, we spend a lot of time up at the trailer, so I think I might take it up there, and that way I've got stuff up there to do and keep me out of the 2-4.
All right, so now we know that you like a lot of different aspects of the hobby. What do you dislike?
I think just having the time sometimes to do it, and this is going to be a common one too. The price of what the hobby is getting up to,
Yes,
and the availability of lately, and I'm sure it's because of the showstopper and other things going on in the world, the availability of product. When we were all in lockdown, I had the time to do stuff on my layout, but try to find flex track for N scale.
Yeah. And from what I understood, and I don't know how true this is, I understand that Microengineering, which is my favorite company to buy track and turnouts from, I understand that they went out of business or they sold the business or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I had heard.
Yeah, I know they were up for sale.
Yeah. I had heard that they had sold too. So I don't know whether that's going to affect the quality of the product or whether the company.
Well, you would think that if they sold the business, they would sell all the tooling that
All
goes
the
with it,
tooling
right?
and everything, yeah.
So I mean, the product should be the same, unless the people that bought the company are going to cheap out on the products that they use to build it.
Yeah. And true, the tool is only as good as the person using it as well.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have more than one layout, do you?
No, just one.
Why not?
I'm not quite as energetic as was it Bill in Virginia, but it has the 4
Oh,
different scale
yeah.
layouts.
Yeah.
God, that guy like 3 layouts. Jeez.
Yeah, 3, 4.
4.
Because the
That's
one
right.
isn't
4.
it's a dual layout. The third
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
ON3
Exactly.
and yeah. But
All right. Let's see. Where are we here? I think I asked you this one before. I won't. All right. All right. Now I know I might know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask anyhow. Do you like to do scratch builds or kit builds or both?
I've been doing a lot of kit builds lately, but I want to start doing some more scratch building for my rail car repair facility. I want to do like a gantry crane to take the wheel sets off the flat cars and
Right.
move them into the yard. And I think if I remember, I mentioned this to you before, Vinny. The kit for the building itself was missing a lot of I beams and structure inside the building, and I want to have it so the part of the roof is off. So I'd like to see that structure
Right.
inside there. So
Right.
I'm going to have to do a lot of scratch building to.
That's what I did with Anthony. What's his? I forgot his YouTube channel. And yeah, I did an engine facility for him, and I did the same thing with the crane inside. I kit bashed the crane inside and all that stuff. Yeah.
Take care, Jack.
Take care, Jack.
Yeah. Have a good night, Jack.
Hey, send me some of that brisket.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. How do you clean your layout and what do you use?
Sorry,
Thank
what was
you,
that,
Mr.
Vinny?
Kevin Brown.
I didn't hear you, Vinny.
What do you use to clean your layout, the track specifically?
I use rubbing alcohol, and if it's really dirty, like I've been working on the layout and that, I have a Bright Boy. I did have a can of that CRC.
626.
Yeah, around.
You ought to
Probably
try
in the garage.
You ought to try getting some of that inox also. And I've noticed what percentage alcohol are you using?
Oh, 99%.
99%.
Yeah.
I got yelled at for using 90% alcohol by I don't know if you know Greg Fishplate Films.
Yeah.
When he was here at my house 5 years ago, or whatever, he asked me what I was using. I said, "Well, I'm using 90% alcohol." He says, "What do you think the other 10% is?" It's water.
It's water. Yeah, of course.
Don't put alcohol on your track.
Yeah, but is that the 10% actually harming the track at all?
I don't know. I don't think so. But anyhow, there was a big hullabaloo a few months ago. There was a big hullabaloo a few months ago about how to clean your track with mineral spirits, and don't use a Bright Boy, don't use alcohol, use inox, use the 626.
Yeah.
I tried all of it. I tell you what, the mineral spirits really works because I have not cleaned my track in the last 2 run videos that I've done. The track hasn't been cleaned for either one of those run videos, and the train just ran perfect. And that's using the mineral spirits and the inox.
Yeah. Now the mineral spirits, that's not like Varsol. Is that what you're talking about?
No, it's just mineral. I don't know what's actually the contents of, but it says mineral spirits on the container.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was at Home Depot a while ago, and I asked the guy if he had any mineral spirits, and he looked at me like I was purple.
Yeah, he probably just didn't know where it was at. Never heard of it.
Well, could be.
Yeah, I mean, it was all over YouTube a couple of months back. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, I remember seeing all the videos people posting. Yeah.
So I decided, the mineral spirits was fairly cheap. It was like maybe $3 or $4 for like a gallon, I think. I'll never use the whole gallon. No, it wasn't a gallon. It's like maybe a quart. Maybe a quart.
That would last you. That would even at that would last a lifetime.
That's a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
All right. Are you working on a current project?
I am. I'm doing some Walters Scene Master oil storage tanks, but they're actually going to be for calcium chloride.
All
I'm
right.
doing a calcium chloride facility for for spraying gravel roads and that.
So is the name of your railroad just Sean McGee, or do you have a name for it?
No, it's the PW&M Railway.
PWM.
PW&M stands for penny wise and miser, because I'm cheap and try to save all my pennies
See you
and try to
later,
find the
Scott.
best deal I can.
There you go. That's it. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can see all the wood and the foam board behind me here. I didn't pay a red cent for any of that.
Well, hey, you gotta figure model railroaders have got to be the best recyclers out there.
Yeah,
I mean, just
yeah.
look at all the stuff that we come across that ends up on the layout. Doesn't matter what it is. If we can make it work,
Yeah.
there it
for
goes.
sure.
You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I always, if I'm not working and it's a windy day, I'll drive around construction sites where they're building houses and just start picking up all the foam board that's blowing around.
Oh,
There you go.
And we have a lot of stuff that come into work on skids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just grab good 2x4s and
Sparky says, "Oh, that's where all my phone board goes, huh?" All right. I think you answered this question earlier, but what is not available now in the hobby that you would like to have?
Oh, it's not available in the hobby now. Geez, off the top of my head, I can't. Well, I mean, other than the turbo train, but it's accessible, just too expensive. But yeah, nothing off the top of my head that I can think of.
All right.
Norman
Well-
Rowe wants to know if you have an evil clown with a red balloon on your layout.
Oh, no, but I did. I think one of my videos, yeah, it was coming soon layout update, had the creepy Pennywise music in the background.
All right, guys. Well, I'll finish with my questions. So, John, if you have any questions for Sean, go ahead. And if anybody in the chat has any questions for Sean, go ahead and post them up
No,
there.
I threw some out there at him, but
I
you
thought I
asked a lot
saw
of them.
one.
Let's see. I tried to catch them out of the.
I know I didn't say hello to Anthony Dodge. How's it going, Anthony? Glad you can make it in tonight. Kind of liking that little skit thing you're doing with the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's fun. That usually comes on when I'm going to lunch, so I have a
Oh, really?
lunch. Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
pretty cool.
Norman Rowe wants to know, what track do you use?
Atlas. It's all Atlas.
Atlas, is it Flex Track?
Yeah, most of it is Flex Track. Actually, to give you an idea of kind of how cheap I am, I only have one brand new turnout on my layout. The rest are all the old Atlas snap switches where
Snap
I've taken
switches?
the coils off, and I'm using the Caboose Industries ground throws.
Ground throws, yeah.
Yeah, but the ones that the snap switch part had come off, I've had to make little linkages out of MIG wire
Uh-huh.
to get them to throw, which is working
Yeah.
really well.
Well, I watching lots of videos, I do see a lot of guys using those snap switches,
Mm-hmm.
And the thing was, you could buy those really cheap back in the day, and
Yeah.
they were powered, so you didn't even have to use a ground throw. You just have you got all the little switches that you used to buy, the what they call them? They had the big one that you had.
It's like a
three
block switch with, yeah. Well, I'm sure
Yeah.
I got one here. I
block
could
switch,
show it.
A and B power packs and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I had all of
Yeah,
that stuff
yeah.
when I first started.
Yeah, but they don't look real prototypical though.
Let's see. John Tangillo says, check the solder joints on each of the trucks on the BLI, as they are notoriously bad. Oh, okay.
I'll have to check that.
Good information to have.
Yeah.
Well, Steve 87 wants to know if I have any snow plows on the layout. No, I haven't found any in N scale that would kind of match the era of my layout. There are ones. Oh shoot, I can't think of the name of the company. They're like a white metal casting. They're a Ford snowplow.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I don't have any on my layout. I did have a couple HO scale snowplows, but I think they're on Sparky's layout now.
Steve 87 says, now we know where Sparky's turnouts have gone. I used Atlas back in the 90s, damn. All right, well, if nobody got any other questions, come on, guys. No more questions. Let's give Sean the treatment in the hot seat here.
Yeah. Throw another log on the fire.
Oh, another log on. Well, I don't need a log on the fire out here. It was, 81 when I left work.
Yeah, it's 80 in the 80s here today, too.
Well, let's be nice and comfortable.
Yeah. Had a breeze, so it was pretty nice.
Yeah,
Norman Rose got a question for you. What is the era of your layout?
I guess the earliest locomotives I have would be the F7s. I think I have an F3. So what's that? Like late 50s, early 60s, and then
late 50s. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got the Dash 8s. I have an SD80 Mac Conrail.
Conrail? Why do you have Conrail? God. John Tanzilla wants to know if you run any passenger trains on your layout.
I do have some older coaches, but they're like, early 30s. They should be behind a steam locomotive.
James Young got a question for you. How big of a consist can you run on at one time? At one time,
well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've been doing like maybe 15 cars for now, but I really haven't tried it because I don't have a completed continuous loop yet. So,
well, I could tell you this: tomorrow's video is going to be it's titled 33 cars plus a helix equals ? And there are 2 guests in this video: Roy Hardwick, Container Man 68, and Ryan Adams, which is the Vermont Rail fan. And Ryan, every time he comes over to my house, he tries to run the longest train that he possibly can.
Oh yeah.
And so tomorrow's video is a video. I didn't have enough time to put a video together this past week because of everything that's been going on with banks and signing papers and this and that and the other thing. So I went into my archives and I found a video that I thought would be fun to watch for you guys tomorrow. So if you're inclined to watch a fun video and watch a 33 car train being pulled up by helix with just 2 locomotives, you'll enjoy this video. And I'm not going to tell you what kind of train it is because I had not run this. I think this was the first time I ever ran this type of train on my layout.
Right. Even Model Railroad was asking if my layout was DCC or DC. It's both. I have DCC locomotives and I have DC. The DCC I run engine driver through JMRI and the Wi-Fi in the home, and then the DC is just the old twin power model power. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I'm going to eventually convert everything over to DCC.
Yeah.
Ran 72 cars in my
Alan wants to know, do you prefer Cato, Atlas, or do you have scale trains for locomotives?
I don't have any scale trains. I have Cato. I have a few Catos that I really like. They run really well. I have a couple Atlases that run really well. I have a few Bachmans that don't run real well because their gears are cracked.
I'll tell you, in the last couple of years, even Bachman has been stepping up their game.
Yeah.
Well, I know in the HO side they definitely have.
Well, even in Ensco, because even in Ensco now they're putting the economy soundboards in the Bachman, and they don't sound bad. It's just that they don't have a startup sequence, they don't have a shutdown sequence. When you turn the sound on, it's on. There's no startup or whatever. But it sounds pretty good, and it runs decent. It runs fairly decent.
Yeah.
What is the newest era equipment on your? For me, the newest era equipment. I think the newest that I have would be my SD70 Aces and my Gevos. I think that's the newest locomotive equipment that I have. Let's see.
I thought I saw another question in here.
What kind of switches locos do you got? James, you gotta address the question to whoever you're asking that to, because James Young has a question. What kind of switcher locomotives do you have?
What kind of switcher locomotive do I have?
Yeah.
I have a DP7, and I have a couple. Oh shoot, I'm drawing a blank. I have a couple Model Power SW9s. And actually, for Model Power, that works really well too, that locomotive.
If all these other manufacturers don't step up their game, they're just going to go out of business, because nobody's going to buy this stuff with all the digital stuff that's out now. If the manufacturers of these other locomotive companies don't step up their games, they're going to go out of business.
Yeah.
They got to stay with the competition,
Well, the demand is really high now for DCC. And the quality in N scale stuff is incredible.
It is. It's really, really coming along really nice.
I have an uncle. I have an uncle that's big in HO scale, and a lot of his stuff is DCC. And I can remember back when DCC was just coming out, I said to him, it'd be kind of cool if they were able to do it in N scale. And I remember him several times saying, "Oh, it'll never happen, and if it does, the sound quality won't be any good, and they won't run real well." And look at here we are, 2022, and like companies like ESG, Loc Sound, and TSC, TCS. I mean, the sound quality is incredible.
Yeah.
So Georgia Sunbelt got a question for you. He says, "What are your main industries?"
Right now, I have calcium chloride manufacture tank yard. I have the rail car repair facility. I'm going to be working on putting a scrap yard in, and I'm going to do a fiberglass resins, like a DuPont resins company, and then
Happy
some
Valley,
small.
A lot of small industries.
Yeah.
Happy Valley's got a question for. Actually, the question that he asked earlier was a question to all three of us. What is your most your newest equipment that you have?
Okay, mine would be the Kato SD80 Mac.
And do you know is that a UP?
No, it's
That was good.
That was good. That was really good.
Well, mine would have to be the newest I have would be the Gevos from Scale Trains. I've got a couple of CSX.
I got two CSX locomotives that I need to put decoders in. I like all the railroads. I have the major railroads. I got Norfolk Southern locomotives. I got two of those. I got two CSX, two UPs, and then the Arizona, California, and I think No, I do have a Conrail. I do have a CP. The reason why I bought the CP is because I bought the AC 4400, I think is what it is. And it's got the dual flags on. That's the reason why I bought it, because it had the Canadian and the American flag on it. So, yeah, that's the reason why I bought that one.
Yeah, most of my locomotives are Conrail or Great Northern.
Now, Great Northern was part of Burlington Northern way back in the day.
Yeah.
It's beaten up by, it's been eaten up by BNSF now also, you know, so it's all. I like to get the so-called heritage unit train.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever saw it. It's not like Norfolk Southern's got each locomotive's got, you know, its new paint scheme and all of that, or Union Pacific has all their different. BNSF just puts a bunch of decals on one locomotive.
Well, actually, Vinny, they did. I think they did 10 different locomotives, and they've got them all different on each locomotive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have the 6022 that I caught at Flagstaff when we were going on vacation last year. It was on the first train up. There was a second unit, and I happen to have that one. That one I should be getting billed for by the end of this month, I think. I pre-ordered it a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
But it's
What?
yeah, it's an ES44, I believe.
Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, I'm going to call this stream good. Sean, I appreciate you being here and taking the heat from me.
Oh, thanks for having me, Vinny.
And glad we finally get you on here. I've been trying to get Sean on here for the past, month?
Yeah, it's been a month or two anyway.
And he's been giving me this excuse about having snow. John, do you know what snow is?
Yes, actually, I do get a little bit when I go to work sometimes when it gets down that low.
Oh, okay. I've never seen it snow in California, but okay.
Yeah, we haven't had a snowball fight in a while, but I think it's been a couple of years since we had some at work, and it was a snowball fight all over the dealership. So.
Actually, I do remember snow when I was living in Palmdale.
Yeah.
I do remember snow there. Yeah,
I've got coworkers that they had some up there, a little bit of snow up there, probably 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow, that's that soon, huh?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to call this good tonight. John, thank you for your help, and Sean,
Sure.
thank you again for being here.
You're quite welcome.
And I was thinking about redoing, like, if I do my membership deal, I might go to the next level and start doing a scratch building class. So I might want to spread that out there. I know you might not be interested in that because I think you know everything now. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get going.
All right.
Thank you guys again. And don't forget, tomorrow at 12 noon, you will see my premiere video of 33 cars plus a Helix equals ? And the second part of that title is called a Blast from the Past. So
all right.
it should be a fun video.
Sounds good.
And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next week. Have a good week, everybody.
Have a good night,
Yeah,
everybody.
Have a good one.
All right.